Hey, it's another episode of Your Daily Scrum. I think. Yeah, that's the background. Todd, what's going on?
Nothing, Ryan. What's going on with you?
Just finished up a PSM2 Advanced Scrum Master class. Awesome group of people. We're a little tired, but we're going to carry forward. We also been spending a ton of time in our new network, community.agileforhumans.com. It's pretty awesome, right? If you head out to community.agileforhumans.com, check it out yourself. Lots of hundreds of people now. Like-minded individuals checking out different Agile concepts, a lot of Scrum discussions. We got classes for sale, private spaces that help you level up all the way up to PSM3 and beyond. All right, that's enough of that. We're going to Buzz Lightyear this thing. All right, Todd, it's music gone, nonsense over. Hey, be sure to like and subscribe. Check out the description. Leave your comments, leave your questions. We need your questions to turn into videos. Agile Principle Day, number 7. Working software is the primary measure of progress. What do you think, Todd?
A lot to unpack again. We're going to unpack this thing. Working software is the primary measure of progress. Got a little resistance from this one, too, from time to time, Ryan.
Todd, you know what the point of Scrum is?
Done.
That's straight from Ken Schwaber. I think Ken's right. Working software, working product. That's how we know we're making progress. That's how we inspect and adapt. That's what we look at in a sprint review. It's how we know we're meeting a customer need. We're putting usable, valuable things into the world. Anything else is a distraction, is an illusion, is an inference, is a proxy, is a false representation, including your most fanciest of metrics programs. Something real, something inspectable, something we're getting feedback on. That's how we measure progress.
Yeah, I can't help but think that this principle in and of itself is a way to try to combat paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
Right. And so often do we dig in, and I mean, you and I do it from time to time, circle it when let's just make a decision and see what happens and be empirical about it, gather data based off of that decision, inspect based off of that, and then adapt, the principles of Scrum. And so I feel like this still happens all over the place, right? We want a perfect plan rather than a plan to start, right? And then we get married to that plan because for some reason, I think as humans, we're a little bit scared of uncertainty in not only our lives, but I think in the office place and the environment. So this kind of, maybe I'm getting a long loop way around how really, if we're working and focusing on building working software and saying that is a primary measure of progress, that we've delivered, we're done, we're not stuck circling the analysis wagon.
But Todd, my design document, that's a deliverable.
Right. It is not. Your design document doesn't deliver
Todd,
anything to
we
your
need
customer.
all the requirements, Todd.
And it still happens.
How many times have we heard these? And
Oh
you know
gosh.
what? I have total sympathy for those situations. I agree. You need to have some information, but you got to get started. You got to go. And so we want the minimal but necessary, minimal but effective requirements and designs, and get started because you don't really know anything until you deliver and put something in someone's hands.
It's truth. It's the truth. And I feel like this really relates to that. It tells us, and we said primary measure of progress, right? That's not to say the only measure.
Right.
It says primary, and I agree. I think that's a primary measure of progress, but there's other measurements that we might make, right? We could go down the path and start kind of drilling into some of the other things we think. I think those are probably separate videos when we talk about what other things we could measure. But a primary way that we can measure progress is by showing something that's done, by delivering something that's done.
It creates an urgency around getting to done as soon as responsibly possible. So you get that first feedback point, that first touch point, so you don't carry the risk of not knowing whether or not you're going in a good direction. Really, really important principle here. We hope you lean into it. I hope you don't mind me having a little bit of fun with some of the objections we hear.
Yeah.
We've advocated for design documents and full requirement specs in the past as well. I think it's time to move the profession past that. We want to encourage delivery, right? We want to optimize for delivery and have everything else support that as soon as responsibly possible.
Love it.
All right. End screen time.
That is a wrap.
Be sure to like and subscribe. Check out the socials. Check out our community, community.agileforhumans.com. It's where a lot of top Agilists are now hanging out and having great discussions. Check it out. Videos are going to pop up. Binge watch those, right? YouTube loves it when you binge watch. We do too. Lots of good information there. Probably if you have a question about Scrum, we've probably answered it by now. So hopefully those playlists are helpful. Again, leave us your comments, leave us your questions. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these videos. It helps us create new videos. For Todd Miller, I'm Ryan Ripley. Go forward, do some great things. See if you can get to done just a little bit sooner, so you can get that feedback and keep moving in great directions. All right, everybody, we'll see you tomorrow.